Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. Hi, everybody. Hope you had a great week and a great weekend. And I'm glad you guys are listening in today. We got a great show lined up for you guys today. Today is Monday, the 25th of July, and already July is just flying. The summer is just flying by, man. It is just like next thing you know, we're going to be into October. And I love summer. But I love the fall. The fall and the spring are my two favorites. I think I like fall, spring, winter, or maybe fall, winter, spring, summer. Summer is probably my last favorite season. I love it and all. For my business, there's a lot of work, which is good, more extra work because we work a lot more with special parties and stuff that happens. But when you're in the restaurants and stuff, it's a little bit quieter because everybody's out barbecuing or going to festivals and concerts. So for me, I like it better when it's winter and fall. That's just me. Anyway, folks, it is Monday, the 25th of July. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call to book a show at 847-769-8609. Let's get some of these sponsors. We got a great show lined up for you guys today. Like I said, guests are back starting again this week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And today's guest is going to be a good friend of ours. That's Tina St. Angelo Wetzel. And she's starring in the Broadway, off-Broadway show called The Sound of Music, Summer Place Theater, 440 West Aurora in Naperville, folks. It was running through July 15th through the July 31st. So this weekend is the last weekend of the show. We're going to have her on, and we're going to talk about plays and Sound of Music and other stuff that we're going to talk to her about. So that's going to be a lot of fun coming up very shortly. So let's get some of these sponsors. Let's take a McCampbell Law Group with Roy McCampbell, attorney at law, a statewide law practice that is client-focused and results-driven. For a good lawyer, honest lawyer, give Roy a call at 708-275-4264. And let's go right to Deutz Power Center, the Great Lakes, servicing the construction diesel industry in Chicago for the last 100 years. That's Deutz Power Center, right out of Elgin. That's 224-276-6550. Don't forget my wife's company called Laura Ocean Solutions, increasing profits while reducing credit card fees. Now, a lot of you companies out there that work with credit cards, and if you're looking to save a little money, because sometimes they got those extra fees, or how about those hidden fees that you don't see? Look at my wife's page called Laura Ocean Solutions, and folks find out. She can definitely do a great job in saving you a lot of money because she owns the company. So that's Laura Ocean Solutions. Let's not forget our good friends, some Airtight Windows, siding and specialist, family owned for 30 years for honesty and quality. Do it right with Airtight Windows. Now, folks, everybody needs windows. Lou, great guy to work for, 708-588-5000, and tell him Tony O sent you so you get some discount on windows and sidings in the house. Don Esteban Cigars out of Tarpon Springs, Florida. Everybody smokes cigars, and summer is probably the most time that people smoke cigars the most. I smoke them all year round, but some people, when they're golfing or on vacation and beaching, camping, whatever. So Don Esteban Cigars, 727-366-7536, hand-rolled, delivered right to your home. Now, you can catch the show on Twitter, folks, at the bottom of the screen. Also, don't forget to go to YouTube and subscribe to the channel, and there you can see the show there as well. Trico Hair Experts, right out of Rosemont, Illinois, recreating great hair days, men, women, kids losing your hair, going bald. There's a way to fix it. Trico Hair Experts does a great job. They're out of Rosemont, Illinois. Anthony and Carmela will do a job for you. That's 773-999-7888. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Let's see who's on the chat board today. Carol, Johnny Faso, how you doing, my buddy? Boom, boom. Johnny is in the house. Albert from the Ronald SD organization. Kathy Lazaro. Great seeing some new friends. Susan, the closer. Richard Hamlin. Hi, guys. How you doing? It's a great day. A lot of good things. What a weekend we had. Friday night, a great show at the Speakeasy. Saturday, we're at the Speakeasy. Friday, we were at Chicago Prime. Saturday, we're at the Speakeasy in St. Charles. Tony Toto, Danny Raimondi, Ryan O'Ryan, and Mike Restivo for mistaken identity. It was a lot of fun because we were upstairs and Ted Nugent was downstairs. I mean, so the cliche, the craziness between both shows, but it was great seeing Stella and Carmela out there, folks, and Anthony from Blackjacks. It was great seeing my buddy Russ, of course, and great seeing Albert there. So it was a lot of fun. Sunday, we did a private party in Park Ridge. Bob and Beth, thank you so much for having us. It was a great turnout and great seeing some old friends there. It was a lot of fun. Saturday night, we ended up at a place called the Mangy Dog, which is in Hanover Park. And my buddy Carlo Joseph, who I've known for a lot of years, is going to start working with the Tony Ocean Band. And we went to check him out doing his karaoke thing just to see what his system and everything was like. And now I know why I don't go and hang out in Hanover Park, folks. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Anyway, it was fun seeing him, and that was fun. And, you know, seeing when Ryan stopped in, and it was good that Russ. Jerry was there for a little bit, but we missed him. But it was good seeing that. Dill, how you doing? Daryl Armenstad, the professor. We're going to start. Daryl's going to be around much more longer with us in October, and more dates in Taylor Street Fest in November and December. So you're going to start seeing Daryl Armenstad a lot more again with the Tony Ocean Show, along with Jerry Jams. Now that Ryan is moving in September to North Carolina, it's going to be more throwing in some different stuff, and we're excited to keep moving. Yes, you got to keep laughing. Got to have some fun there. It's very good. Mary, how you doing? Denise. All right, folks. Ocean's Pit. Got a couple of things more before we bring up our guest, Tina St. Angelo Wetzel. Joe Nashka, how are you doing? What do we got coming up, folks? All right, this week, simple and sweet. Now, it's going to be a shorter week. Wednesday will be at Rosario's in Roselle with Jerry Jams. That's a 7:30 hit. Thursday is canceled because we were supposed to be in Players in Highland Park, but because they decided to lay off on the music because of the shootings that happened over there until August. So we'll be there. But Friday back at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. Saturday will be at Taverna on Division, and that's going to be outside patio with Tony Toto and Jerry Renda, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Outside patio, 8 o'clock. This Sunday, I'm going to Renaissance Fair with my sister Tanya. We get together a couple times a year, but the most thing that we have fun with is when we go to Renaissance Fair once a year. She pays for the limo to go down, and I get her the tickets, and we get the food and the drinks and stuff. So we have an incredible time. And it looks like I might even be going to Wisconsin Dells right after the party. Start there, and me and Dave and little Joe, it looks like we're going to Wisconsin Dells for a couple days, which I love the Dells. So, all right, here's what we got coming up. Show dates. It's important, folks. August 4th will be at Zaza's in Lake Barrington. August 6th will be at Moretti's in Hoffman Estates. That's Saturday, August 6th, Hoffman Estates. August 7th, folks, 2 shows. Ocean's Rat Pack will be at the Taste of Elmwood Park. I think it's 1 o'clock to 2 in the afternoon, 1 to 2, Taste of Elmwood Park, Bill Saratella, Elliot Winbush, yours truly, and that's going to be with Rhino Ryan on August 7th. And then later on in the afternoon, 4 o'clock will be at Rhino Nesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy. A lot of good stuff. Now, Taylor Street's going to happen, folks, August 11th to the 14th. We're there Friday, August 12th. 8:30 with the Main Event Band. We're excited. And then the 14th, we're doing a special show for ALS. And it's a horrible disease, ladies and gentlemen, here, ALS. It's also going to be for Steve Mongo McMichael, former of the Chicago Bears. He's going to be there, all to raise money for awareness and to get Steve Mongo McMichael put into the NFL Hall of Fame. It's going to be August 14th. Ocean's Rat Pack will be there at Bourbon Street in Marionette Park. It's going to be a lot of fun. Ray Nardi, Dave Antonelli, how you doing, brother? What's the better, Mars Resort or Pier 290 place? We plan to come up for you. Oh, Mary, I'm going to tell you, the two completely different places. Pier 290 is a little bit more upscale, not upscale, but a little bit more fine dining, kind of. I don't know. And then Mars more laid back, fine dining. So here's another difference. Mars is 4 to 8 at night. Pier 290, 4 to 8 in the afternoon. Pier 290 on the 13th is 8 till 11 at night. So it depends on what you like. Both places are fantastic. All right. So without any further ado, we got the guests coming. back on the show, folks. So here's going to be the routine. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays will be guests. Tuesday still be me. Thursday, my lovely wife and co-host Laura Ocean be with us. So we're going back to the old format. So we're excited about that. Little pool this afternoon, Antonelli, if you get out of the house. Anyway, let's bring up our guest. Tina St. Angelo Wetzel, folks. She's starring in a show called The Sound of Music. That was with Christopher Plummer and the original movie and Julianne Andrews, if I'm correct. Right. Anyway, it's going to be running off the off-Broadway play, Summer Place Theater, 440 North Aurora in Naperville. It runs July 15th to the 31st. So this is going to be the last weekend that's going to be there, folks. She's been involved in theater for a long time, 49 years. She also, right now, she reviews plays. That's what she does. She was also singing in a band back in New York City many years ago. She's been doing it a long time. And I think we're going to give her. I think she's going to be able to give away 2 tickets. So whoever's going to win them here on the show. So we're excited. Sunday, August 7th, also the benefit, Ted. Oh, that's right, Linda. The benefit for our good friend, Ted. God bless Ted Liotta, folks, at the Arcada Theater. Another great event that you should go to. All right, without any further ado, let's bring in Tina St. Angelo. Let's see how this works here.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Tina? There you are.
I can hear you.
How are you doing, Tina, this afternoon?
Really good. We've had a great run. And first of all, thank you for doing this.
No problem.
Our theater group really appreciates it.
Well, you know what I like in our show when we do it, we have different types of guests on. And whether they're in music, whether they're in different types of fields, it's nice to let everybody know what other people are doing, and it's very important, especially when it's local talent like this. So let's talk about The Sound of Music. It ran 7/15 to the 31st. What part do you play in the play?
I am Frau Schmidt. I'm Captain Von Trapp's executive housekeeper.
Aha.
This is the second time I've done the show with Summer Place, and the first time was in 1978. I was one of the nuns. So it's really wonderful to do this show again. Right.
And you also used to sing in the show sometimes too, right? This time you don't.
This time I do not.
Okay.
Role, but it's
when
fun.
You go, where did the acting come from when you were growing up? Was it in your family into it? Your grandpa? Where come from?
Well, I loved watching old movies. I loved watching musicals. My grandfather had a fabulous singing voice. He was going to be an opera singer, but that didn't happen because of World War I. And I did have a deceased second cousin who was an opera singer. My parents loved music, all kinds of music, and I grew up with the show tunes and the vinyl of the Broadway shows, which I still have. So,
sure.
And I've been singing all my life, and that's where it comes from.
Well, Tina, where were you from originally? Where were you born?
I was born in Indianapolis, but I grew up in Naperville.
Naperville. Okay, very cool. Yeah. St. Angelo Wetzel, you said you like St. Angelo better, of course, right? Well,
yes.
I mean, it's very stage name-ish, kind of cool. But is that actually your real last name?
That is my actual real last name.
Very cool. And the last name is Wetzel?
Correct.
What nationality is that?
That is German.
I had a friend of mine called Jimmy Wetzel one time. I don't know if you could relate it to him. They used to call him the Hammer.
Know.
Okay, you never know. But anyway, so Naperville, you've been doing it for a long time, which is fantastic. Did you like the movie version of The Sound of Music?
I have mixed feelings about it. Knowing how the real Broadway show is, I didn't like what they did to the movie.
Well, I did ask a couple of people, friends of mine, and they said they didn't care for the movie itself. Do you? And it's you got to be critical because, you got a few people that when you see the movie, you see the play, you read the book, sometimes they're all different. And then you're trying to get a movie that's 3 hours to put a whole book together. And then if you're trying to get a play to do it, what's a normal running time from a Broadway type show? What's a running time?
Anywhere from 2.5 to 3.
Okay. So you're looking at
3 with a 20-minute intermission.
20-minute intermission. Mm-hmm. So did you have you seen the Sound of Music on Broadway itself?
I saw it in New York, but I have seen it at Marriott Lincolnshire, and I actually reviewed it for Broadway.
Okay. Now, how did you get into that reviewing? Now, that sounds pretty cool, reviewing plays. Now, that's tough too, because if you're, when people find out that you're going to be reviewing the play, it's a little, right? And you got to be careful what you say. Did you ever get any slack sometimes when you review a play that you didn't like from some of the actors or some of the production company, anything like that?
I've only been doing it since March. It kind of fell into my lap. I think the Broadway World Chicago liked the fact that I'm not too far from the Paramount Aurora, so that I can do that easily, and Oakbrook, Drury Lane, and Marriott Lincolnshire. I've only reviewed one show that took me a while to kind of write it. It was good. It was just kind of out there. So I have not yet reviewed a show that I have not liked.
Ah, very cool. And what do you look for? What makes a good review, besides maybe the music or the storyline or the actors? Because sometimes the musical is good. Can the Broadway show still be good if the actors weren't that great?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, Broadway's got a few of those going on right now. So the reviews are
Yeah. Okay, I was waiting for that one. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, right. Because I heard what you're saying. Right.
There's a few on Broadway right now that the story is still good, the music's great, but the acting is lacking. So people are trying to be kind.
Do you believe that sometimes they put certain people in to these casts that maybe shouldn't be there, or they're only in because they're popular from a TV show, or maybe popular from a certain movie that's hot at the time? Is that how that works?
I'm laughing because I saw one in March. Yes, I totally believe that is true.
You want to give us what was one you were talking about? I mean, no.
I'm not sure I should.
Okay, all right, no problem. Is your family, anybody else into the Broadway theater stuff, or is it just you?
Well, I actually have a niece who has performed she lives in Brooklyn, but she has performed with Amy Poehler's improvisational group, and she's talented. She's a member of SAG-AFTRA, so it's pretty cool. And I also have a great niece who does community theater as well.
Movie theater as well. Well, Tina, it's interesting. What is the crowds like now? Because you've been doing it for a while, and then the whole COVID thing shut down the whole, the shows and bands and everything that shut down back in 2020. And you've been doing this stuff for a long time. How did it affect the community, and how did it affect the business that you were in with that?
We are lucky that we survived COVID. We've been around since 1966.
Yeah.
So that's very lucky. Our audiences are very appreciative of the fact that we are back. And as I've said, we are just happy to be back on stage. The audiences are to see us. And they're coming out. And they're coming out. They're actually coming out. So people are coming out. And so I notice it's happening everywhere. But, sometimes, they say that half America right now is out traveling and having a great time, and the other half are still locked in and won't go to big events and won't go out. So I guess it all depends on what town or what state or frame of mind you have, And we have audience members who wear masks, which is fine. We even rehearsed in masks. We just didn't want to cancel anything. We didn't want to disappoint anybody.
Sure. Right. Is there
certain... You know what it's been like.
Yes, absolutely. Tina, do you like one theater better than the other? Are they all different in a lot of different ways?
What do you mean?
Well, the actual theaters themselves.
Oh.
That you go to. A lot that are better than others, in your opinion?
I really like the Drury Lane and Oakbrook. Marriott is great because it's in the round. You don't see that too much anymore, and that's how I first started at Summer Place. We were in the round in a tent outside.
Okay.
Paramount in Aurora, it's the old, that's where Sinatra used to perform, and so it's a very huge stage, big audience. So they're all different. I always loved the old Schubert in downtown Chicago. I love that theater.
Well, let me ask you something. For a person who's never been to Broadway, New York City, what was it like the first time you went? I mean, you're into Broadway. You love that kind of stuff. So what's the feeling? Do you remember the first play you've seen in New York?
Oh, yeah. I sat there and I got a big lump in my throat when the orchestra started because I couldn't believe I was finally seeing this live.
God bless. So explain to people what's it like the first time that you went to see a play in New York City.
It was it was a revival of Grease, and it starred John Cicada as Danny. He used to be Gloria Stefan's singer.
Right, yeah.
And it turned out it was his actual opening night. So the vibe in the theater was just amazing. And the lights go down and you're sitting there and you know that something very magical is about to happen. And then the curtain goes up and the lights on the stage go up and you go crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, if people want to experience something like that, it's highly recommended.
Yeah. I mean, it is New York, number one. You're out there in the Mecca capital of the world, and all the lights and everything, and something. I mean, it's downtown. It's just Manhattan, it's Times Square, all around that area and stuff.
But I can tell you the first professional show I ever saw in Chicago, 1968, Sammy Davis Jr. in Golden Boy.
Golden Boy, that's right. He was fantastic. Yes.
And I was like 14, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
And people didn't realize Sammy was very talented. Not only singing wise, he was impersonator, he's actor. He played a lot of musical instruments. It was very cool. So it's amazing though how many people you really see the Broadway and people that can be very critical. I noticed there's a lot. They say the Broadway snob type crowd. You ever hear that before?
Oh,
yeah. You hear that all the time. Why do you think that is? What's the difference between Broadway play and going to see Cher in concert? I mean, what's the difference?
I mean, I don't think people as being, Broadway snobs because I grew up with a lot of friends who we all enjoyed it. I'm not sure why people might think that people go see plays and musicals are snobby. I really don't. Heck, my first live concert was the Jackson 5 at the amphitheater. So,
yeah. That's pretty cool. Mine first, you're going to love this, Tina. My first Uptown Theater, Bay City Rollers was my. So I did Bay City Rollers, you did the Jackson 5. So very close to the same, whatchamacallit.
But I do have to tell you.
And I'm probably the only guy in the whole theater. The rest are all women screaming and yelling. Anyway, do you like the part of the play that you're in, the Van Trapp family? You like that?
Frau Schmidt? I love her. She's she can be bossy, but she has great affection for the captain, but he's a captain, so she can't really show her affection. But she also holds the memory of his deceased wife very dear to her heart. And she's been with he's got 7 kids from 16 to 6. And she's been with the children forever. And she's kind of been the constant in their life. So it's a wonderful role. I love it.
Well, you have all different age groups that are in this play, or is it okay? So what's the oldest in the play? The person.
To be honest with you.
Okay. And who's the youngest?
Gretel, she's 6.
Okay, so there you go. From one extreme to the other. But you know what? It's just like when Broadway, this stuff is in you, Tina, right? It's like when music is in you. You also sang in a band in New York, right? When you were young.
It was just like it was like a Thursday night, and I said, "Could I sing a song with you guys?" And they said, "Sure."
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. It was great.
So this is like music, plays, bro. It's in your soul. You can't ever leave that, right? I mean, when times are down and things aren't right, there's one thing you can always rely on. With me, I always listen to my music, and people always either go put a good movie on or go watch a good musical, like you said. But we got the top 10 musicals. I'm going to throw them at you, and I want your opinion of what you think of them. All right?
Oh my God! Okay.
Top 10 according to Rolling Stone magazine.
Oh, this will be good.
Number 10, best musical. Number 10, Cats? Yes or no? No? Okay. So it shouldn't be nowhere on that list, right? Okay.
It's got a great song, but no.
Okay. All right. Okay. Number 9. Les Mesril. Les Mesril.
Les Miserables.
Yeah. Which means what? Miserable?
Yes.
Okay. Was it good?
It was very good.
Number 9 is okay from top to 1 to 9. This was number 9,
Yeah, that's
according
fine.
to Rolling Stone records.
Okay, what's number 8?
Number 8, Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yes.
Okay. Was Beauty and the Beast a little overrated?
I don't think it was overrated. I really don't.
Okay. Let's go to number 7, Book of Mormon.
Never saw it. People did see it and they loved it.
Okay, there you go. Go to number 6. We're going to be with these guys, or part of them, coming up soon. How about the Jersey Boys musical?
I loved it, but I also love that music. But I loved it.
Big Frankie Valli fan, right? Jersey Boys. The movie directed by Clint Eastwood, actually directed the movie. Did a great job. Tommy DeVito was a personal friend of mine, one of the members of the Four Seasons, who actually came to see us in Las Vegas when we played, and he was the main character focused around his story of the Jersey Boys. All right, number 5, Chicago.
Okay, I agree with that.
Number 5. Have you seen Chicago?
Yes. It's Bob Fosse, and as far as I'm concerned, with Bob Fosse, you cannot really go wrong.
You can't go wrong with Bob Fosse.
No.
One of my wife's favorites, Mamma Mia, number 4.
Even though it's called a jukebox musical, it's fun. It's got really good music and everybody dancing. So gotta have fun.
That is fun. You know why? Because my wife listens to it in the car, and then I'm saying to myself, why don't you just put the ABBA record on and listen to it? Because I don't get it. But anyway, okay, that's me. Number 3, Phantom of the Opera.
Yep.
That's been around a long time.
Oh yeah, around a very long time.
My sister's favorite, something called Wicked at number 2.
Yes.
Okay, so
I
I
like
see
Wicked
you're
a
not
lot.
okay. Are the ones that we've already mentioned? None of them's really hit your goat by your facial expressions. You're like, okay, So there's only one left for number 1.
And what is that?
You want to take a guess, Tina, what the number 1?
I really can't because none of these shows are beyond are older. So I really have no idea what number 1 is.
Okay, so I'm going to go to number 1. It's called Lion King.
Not surprising.
Not one.
Surprising.
There you go. Now, see, Buddy said some of them that didn't make the list: Grease, West Side Story.
Yeah.
Your friend Aaron says Hamilton wasn't even on that list, and my kids and my wife went to go see that. They said that was very good. Is there something that should have been on this list that's not, in your opinion?
In my personal opinion,
Yes.
the show that I've seen the most live and strictly professional, I've seen A Chorus Line 15 times.
Chorus Line is fantastic. It should have been there. You're absolutely right.
That is my go-to show.
Oh, Herbie Gage just joined us. A Fiddler on the Roof. That one was around a long time too. What's the one with? Oh my God, Mel Brooks.
The Producers.
The Producers. Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick. Yes. The Producers. That was another one. Very good one. Yeah. So there's been a lot of them, and it looks like people really do love them. It's important, you know. What else do you need to say? Come on, talk to me something else about what's about something that musicals or maybe working with the off-Broadway like you do, something that people may never know. You know, like give us something insight. I mean, there's a lot of lines, right? There's a lot of work to it. There's a lot of
work. Okay, our in particular production, our cast has been working together since the first week of May. It's over. So it's for 10 weeks. We are
Okay.
closing Sunday. Cast is one of the best casts I've ever worked with. Our director is phenomenal. He's taken it to a different level. There are gasps in certain parts of the show because the movie totally glossed over the invasion of Austria, much. And Rodgers and Hammerstein included this in the stage play. And this show was written in 1950, like 14 years after the end of World War II.
Yeah.
And they did not lose an audience. People did not walk. And obviously, Sound of Music is one of the most beloved movie musicals ever.
Right.
I do believe if people were given the chance to see the stage play, they would really, really embrace the stage play too.
They would like that too. Okay. And well, you know what? Look, it takes is most of the artists, the actors, actresses, actors. You have to learn your lines, obviously, right?
Yes.
I mean, there's no teleprompters or anything like that when you do right. Okay, because they said there's rumors in some of the TV shows and stuff. Some of the actors that the power that they had, they just gave them the lines, or they write them down on, board, whatever, those cardboard, whatever sheet, whatever, so they can read it. So I'm not very good at memorizing lines. I'm horrible at memorizing lyrics. So I can just imagine it's got to be. What happens, Tina? Someone throws the line off. What is it? Okay, if you are working with somebody and they miss a line, is it your responsibility to cover that line and vice versa, or is that a no-no and you let them flop?
No, you do what you can. In fact, it happened to me Friday night, and it was a beautiful cover by the gentleman I was working with, and it just flowed, and everything worked well, and so yeah, it's what happens, but you cover for it.
Do they ever let you go a little bit off the script a little bit and just get more into your own character, or they try to,
Well, as far as script and words, I mean, a lot of times, you don't have exact script down pat. So, but as long as you're in the general, direction and the general idea, it's
okay.
It's okay.
Do you like the plays better when there's just with no singing, or do you like the musical plays that are singing? What's your favorite?
Well, I've always leaned toward musicals, but I also love straight plays. In fact, I reviewed Steel Magnolias at Drewline Oakbrook. It was wonderful, and I highly recommend it. Closes at 7.
The close is 7. So what's in the future for Tina St. Angelo? What's the next step now that Sound Music closes at the end of the last week? The show is this Sunday, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what time is the show on Friday?
Friday and Saturday, the show's at 7:30.
Okay.
And Sunday afternoon, the show is at 3. The theater itself opens for seating a half hour before curtain goes up.
Okay. And if somebody wants to,
it's general seating.
Okay. How much are tickets?
Tickets are $20 if you're 65 and up, or below 18, it's $15.
Is there food available? Is there drinks available? Cocktails?
No, we're not that kind of a theater. They do have concessions. Yeah.
Okay, so they have food but no alcohol. Okay, just a little bit. Now, Tina was nice. Can we give away 2 tickets, Tina? 2?
Yeah, we can give 2.
Okay, we're going to give 2 tickets, folks. I'm not even going to do a trivia because it's too hard. So the first, guys, now you get your pick. Either Friday the 29th, Saturday the 30th, or Sunday the 31st. First person that says they're interested, that I see, the first person that comes up that's watching the show, you want tickets, only 2. You either get it Friday the 29th, Saturday the 30th, or Sunday the 31st. Anybody here that's watching the show right now that wants to go, first person that pops up and says, I want tickets. Who's in? Let me know. And if you don't get in time after 1 o'clock, you can private message me and I will get the information to Tina. So if you don't answer right away, Reed Spence, the teamwork in this production is unseen but essential. There you go. Very important.
Reed is one of our He's Max Detweiler.
Okay, so there you go. And you know what? That is a great quote. The teamwork in this production is unseen, but essential. And it's very important that people don't realize, or maybe they do, but the people in front of the stage, that's great. But there's a lot of stuff that happens, the pre-production and all this stuff, people behind, and it does take a giant team effort. That is true. So, all right.
Just like you putting on your show, Tony.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think it's a little harder, much harder on your end, much harder, because I go up there, and if the people are having a good time and they're pounding some more booze, the party's going to sound even a hell of a lot more better. But I appreciate, I just got very lucky. I have a great audience. I'm very fortunate. So if anybody wants tickets, let me know. In the meantime, Tina, I want to thank you for your time, for being on the show. And let me tell you, keep me posted what you're doing, because we'll have to do it again and do something like that. I've only did a few musicals in high school. I did Oklahoma, West Side Story, and I thought it would be very cool to do something like that. Unfortunately for me, the time and effort that you have to put into something like that, it's just a little difficult. But someone asked me if you ever did like an off-Broadway play somewhere. I thought it would be kind of cool to do. But I had fun with Oklahoma because of the singing. That was.
You elite.
Yes, I was Gordon. I played Gordon McRae's. Curly. There is on the meadow. Yeah. Anyway, that was fun. I was right in high school. So. But you got it. Don't forget to see my good friend Tina St. Angelo. We're going to keep it at Tina St. Angelo. And off-Broadway play, folks. It started July 15th. It ends July 31st. Summer Place Theater, 440 West Aurora in Naperville. It's going to be a lot of fun to see The Sound of Music. If you're interested,
I will say, bring Kleenex.
Bring Kleenex. Yeah. Bring it Kleenex. There you go. So, bring Kleenex, folks. Anyway, anybody who wants tickets, please let us know. Private message me, and I'll get back home to Tina. It's going to be a great show. And go out and support local theater, local establishments, local talent, because that's what it's about. That's the future, folks. Thank you, Tina St. Angelo. Have a great day, my dear friend.
Tony, thank you so much for allowing me to do this. I really appreciate it.
Anytime, my friend. Thank you. You're watching Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things. Tina St. Angelo starring in The Sound of Music, Summer Place Theater in Naperville this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It ends July 31st, folks. So if you want tickets, let us know. Get out to that area and enjoy and support, which is important. All right. A lot of good things to talk about, folks. We are excited. Summer is just so much stuff going on, and I don't know. Let's talk to some stuff here. Like we were saying, half America is out living life. They're traveling. They're going on vacations. They're going out. But the other half is avoiding the big crowds, avoiding live shows, staying more home. And, and it's going to get worse, I got a feeling, as it gets into the fall and winter, when supposedly another strain is out there, another version of the flu is going to be out there. So it's up to you. Like they're saying now, that a lot of people aren't buying new cars, but they're spending more money on travel. So they're out doing their thing. Tony Toto, what's up, brother? Great job on Saturday. Look forward to seeing you Saturday at Taverna on Division. So that's it, folks. It is what it is. Thomas Lane, ladies and gentlemen. He was one of the police officers that was convicted for the deathing of George Floyd. He's three of the police officers. One here just got convicted he got sentenced to jail for 2.5 years. Even though he was the newest guy on the job. And of course, the George Floyd family was saying that this guy should have done something more, but he just stood there and it happened, whatever it was. And someone said in the police force, he was new on the job, and whatever his boss tells him he had to do, he has to do, so we don't know the whole deal. But anyway, he was sentenced to 2.5 years, Thomas Lane. And look how long it took. I mean, this is 2020 this happened. So, I don't know. Albert, it's kind of funny. I was reading another Beatle book yesterday. There's only 2 songs in the whole Beatles catalog that's credited, all 4 of them, as writers to the songs. Paul, John, George, and Ringo, all 4 of them wrote Flying and Dig It. 2 songs that are not credited to just Lennon McCartney or George Harrison or Richard Starkey. 2 songs by the Beatles. Very interesting, folks. Folks, suicide hotline. They came out with a suicide hotline, 988. If you know anybody out there that's going through a personal crisis now. I've known 2 people that committed suicide in my life. It's a horrible thing to be going through. I can't imagine what a mental stuff that people have to go through. It's not an easy thing. But now they came out with an emergency number called 988. If anybody is, God, I just hope no one's ever thinking something like that. But if you know someone who is or anything like that, please get help. 988. It's very, very important. For the WWF fans, WWE fans, it might not be important to a lot of you, but it was important to me. Vince McMahon, the CEO, stepped down. He was the man behind the success of WWE and all those great wrestlers, The Rock and Hogan and all those guys. It was all done because of Vince McMahon. And he just retired. He stepped down. So the daughter and the husband will be taking over. But it's a sad day when Vince McMahon is retired. My good friend John Vincent, great singer in the Chicagoland area, had a great quote. If they think you're crazy, you're doing something right. Who wants to be considered normal in a world when empathy and compassion are being thrown out the window? That's insanity. Maybe that's why humanity rhymes with it. Wow. To the heart, to the soul, and right to the point. John Vincent. Love this quote that John said. Great guy. Very, very crazy, man. You don't know what to say anymore these days. You know, you're hoping for things, but man. Okay, someone just asked me, Tony, this came up, according to USA, when people take Ubers or Lyft, do you tip? Do you tip? Do you think tip is right to, and I think you're supposed to tip. Now, I would have done, when I do my Ubers, of course, my wife, Laura, sets that up for me. That's, because I still don't know how to do it. That's how little slow I am in certain things. That is so true. So I think they should get tipped. I think, is tip in there? I'm not quite sure. You should tip. Pat Lanzini, how you doing, Pat? How you doing, honey? Yes, I think you should too. I think you should too. So I don't know if it is a normal procedure to tip, but I think you should be, because I think you would tip the cab driver once you got out. Yes, tips. Everybody's saying tip. We also lost another guy in the music business. The man, half of the men that created the TV show The Monkees, Barbara Ralphison, has passed away this past weekend. He was one of the guys who came up with the idea of the Monkees TV show. And prayers go out to the Ralphison family. Crazy. Remember when we were kids and we went out and caught butterflies? We were talking about this yesterday. Remember when we were kids? And I said this to my wife, Laura, and she had no clue. Remember when you were kids, you used to go out with a jar and collect lightning bugs. And you get them all in there. You see them lighting up in the jar. Then you would leave the jar out on the kitchen counter. And then in the morning when you woke up, there was money in there. The kids, the parents used to put them in there. So, and then you used to collect butterflies. And you used to have the butterfly. Then you collect, there was guys I knew that collected stamps, coins, and collected actual butterflies. You know, you get them and you put them in that book and whatever it was. But from what I had, one driver that picked me up at O'Hare and asked straight out if I was going to tip because of the gas prices. Well, there you go, Pat. But then right now they're saying, according to my wife and some of the Uber drivers that I have been asking, they put that on there. The gas price is already included in your price, from what I'm hearing. From the great song, Born Free, my uncle is a doctor, my aunt is a surgeon. That's why I was born free. Ha ha! Good one, Emo, good one. But the monarch butterfly, the beautiful monarch butterfly, whoever thought it's just made the endangered species list. You don't see them out too much anymore. Sad that butterflies. I mean, it's crazy what's going on with nature itself. You know, I'm a big animal buff, but I don't know, man. It's crazy. All right, well, let's get to some other stuff. How about some birthdays? Let's see. James Whale, the great James Whale, the great director behind the great classic movie Frankenstein, celebrates a birthday. My good buddy John Rand. John, if you're listening, pal, how you doing? From the bands Guns N' Roses Slash, celebrate a birthday this past weekend. Actor Terrence Stamp turned 83 years old today. One of the best drummers in rock and roll music, Dino Danelli from Photomaker and Better from the Young Rascals, celebrates a birthday. Dino Danelli. The great funk George, the doctor of funk, as they call him, George Clinton, celebrates a birthday. Selena Gomez turns 30 years old today. Selena, 30 years old today. How about the great Ray Rayner? God, he played Oliver Oliver on the show, Bozo Show, but I used to love Ray Rayner. In the mornings when I wake up, and he'd have the Post-it notes on his shirts, remember? And Chelvis and the Duck and Cuddly Dudley. Loved Ray Rayner. They just don't have shows like that anymore. My good friend Lee Stevens, a great singer in the Chicagoland area. Lee celebrated a birthday this past weekend. My good pal Donnie Morrison celebrated a birthday this. He's back out. I think he's getting out on Friday. He just had hip surgery. That went successful. So congratulations, Donnie Morrison, and happy birthday. Danny Glover, great actor. William Dafoe, another Broadway great movie actor. William Dafoe, the great first Wonder Woman ever. One of our biggest crushes when we were kids. Linda Carter turned 71 years old. The original Wonder Woman. Also, folks, I had a chance to this Saturday, my good friend Denise and Tony Deanna, their daughter Gina, got engaged to her boyfriend in Italy. Real romantic. Omar did a great job, and they had a engagement party for them on Saturday. I got to go there early at 5:30, watch my wife and everybody set up stuff, you know, and I had to leave because I had the show I had to do. But congratulations to Omar and Gina. It's going to be a great wedding. And, of course, to Omar's family and, of course, Denise and Tony. God bless, man. It's going to be a good time. That's a wedding I'm not going to miss. I will be taking off that night. That's going to be fun. Are you ready for the Illinois grocery tax? Hasn't happened yet. They said it was supposed to happen last month. They said it was supposed to start on Friday. Can anybody please tell me if they had any price in their groceries? It was supposed to eliminate the grocery tax with groceries starting in the state of Illinois. Has anybody seen that yet? I don't know if it has. Anybody? Maybe can tell me. With paper clips. Yeah, he was the best, Ray Rayner, wasn't he? He was. I think he might have been drinking something too. Let's not forget, right? Michael Richards' birthday. Remember him on the TV show, played Kramer on Seinfeld. And, of course, he made that horrible comment about African Americans, and his career went right down the drain. I don't think he's ever bounced back up since then. And the great guy, of course, let's not forget Sweetness, the great Walter Payton celebrates a birthday. I've done a lot of shows with Walter. Never going to be another Walter Payton, ladies and gentlemen. Never going to be another Walter Payton. We are coming almost to the end of the show. Trust the science. Trust the science. I do trust the science. What I don't trust, though, is withheld data, manipulating data, cheap picks data, social conditioning data. That's what I'm talking. Censorship data, I don't trust. I do trust the science. That's just me. This is funny. This, according to people, it might be funny, but you know what, ladies and gentlemen? There were official bumper stickers that were sent out on. They sent out these official voting tax letters out to the county in California, a certain county in California, and over 500 of them had stamped "Let's Go Brandon" stickers on the letters. Now, these letters go out to the people in the town that live in the county and live in the state. Get these letters. It's something about a tax letter about the taxes. And these stamps were put on there, 500 of them. Now they're wondering how that happened. How did these things actually, according to People magazine, how did this get on these letters? So they're trying to figure that out. Well, maybe you know how these things got on the letter, just like Biden was selected, was not elected. Same thing. So maybe that's how those stickers got on those letters. I don't know. What are they going to do? Little crazy, but it's true. I don't know, folks. And again, you hear the stories about some more people, some more screwed up people in this world. Everybody that has to do with sex. You ever notice it's just sex or people getting killed? Not people actually doing sex. Just like this piece of shit garbage from Rhode Island. Okay, this guy named Adam Thunders. He's 33 years old. He was a coach. He just got arrested for molesting students, but what he did was he told them to strip down naked to measure their body fat so they can still be on the team, cheerleading and all that stuff like that. That was an excuse, and that's how he used it. I mean, people are just coming up with ways to try to get away with shit, and there's sexual demons that they have on children and teenagers and just in general. It's just bullshit what's going on. And there's, you know, I just said, forget about trial with these people. Just forget the trial. It's just nuts. I just don't get it. How bad is it when 7-Eleven, ladies and gentlemen, is laying off? I mean, 880 jobs, 7-Eleven people are laying off 880 people. You know, you were thinking that everybody's looking for work. It's crazy. Mega Million jackpot, folks. $60 million. I don't know if anybody won it, but we said this before in the state of Illinois. If you were to win this $60 million, you wouldn't get a red cent until Illinois was out of debt, folks. So that's a proven fact. You don't need me just to look up me. You need to buy your lottery tickets in Indiana and Wisconsin or Michigan, because the big one, if you were to win this $60 million, you ain't getting it. You ain't getting it. Cut their balls off. Thank you, Dick. I would agree too. You touch a woman, you rape a woman, you touch the ball, you get rid of it. In China, is it rape? They cut the private part off. If you steal, they cut your hand off. Why not? Do it here in America. They talk about how bad Musk is, but it's okay with the hunter. Yeah, that's a good one. And then you get people that just feel like complaining. I don't understand this, folks. Now, there's something called Sesame Place, which is in Philadelphia. And yet they have all the Sesame Street characters. It's like an amusement park. And one lady had her kid there, and supposedly the character that played Oscar the Grouch. Here's what I mean when people are taking some of the press and putting it in there, making a bigger problem than it is. For some odd reason, this Oscar the Grouch, when he was all the kids, her kid was ignored for some reason. According, she has a video of the character. I don't think it was done on purpose, but people have to put this shit in the news and get everybody riled up. I mean, there's a whole bunch of kids. One kid was just like maybe not paid more attention to than the other kid. I mean, that happens forever. You hear that all the time. How come my kid's not playing in the game? Or how come my kid wasn't picked? I don't know, folks. Just getting to the point where I'm just losing my mind. I don't know. Again, this it's really driving me crazy. This Grant Park NASCAR street race that's going to happen in 2023 in the city of Chicago in Grant Park. What are they thinking? Another way to make money. I remember, I guess that Mayor Lightfoot did it without the consent of the city council. How did she get away with that? How many people are going to go to this? ABC News, folks. That's right. There's no sign of Teamster boss Jimmy Hoffa buried under the New Jersey Bridge. Again, there was some sort of clue that was sent out. They sent out the investigation team. Still no sign of Jimmy Hoffa underneath the New Jersey Bridge. I know it's probably one of the biggest I would have to say one of the biggest questions, wondered whatever happened to Jimmy Hoffa. Did it happen like they did in the, could have been that simple like it did with the Irishman in the movie, that one of his friends just shot him? It's possible. I think the way they did in the movie, The Irishman, is probably the way Jimmy Hoffa actually died. Well, somebody close to him got to him, shot him, and they put him in a meat grinder or they put him somewhere. But the actual death, they're never going to find the remains of Jimmy Hoffa. I'm 69 years old and I'm still waiting to be picked up for the grand prize game. Boyd. Boyd, I'm telling you something, man. I heard that all the time too. The hardest ticket to get was the grand prize game with Bozo. You're absolutely right. I remember when people got way older, they were still waiting for tickets. Yeah, very cool. That's a good one. Are they on drugs? I don't know who thinks about drag racing, but you know what? It's big. NASCAR is big with a lot of these crazy people. If it makes money for the city, I guess that's one way, but I don't know. I don't live in the city of Chicago, so I couldn't give a shit. And I'm certainly not going to go. So I don't know. Today I'll be making my favorite drink. You know what that is? A lot. Salute. All right. I want to say a happy belated birthday to Nick Hodges' father up in heaven. Past weekend, Nick's father would have been 98 years old if Nicholas's dad was still alive. And I'm telling you, if his dad was looking down and seeing his son Nicholas, you don't make a better guy than St. Nicholas, man. You don't make a better guy. That's for sure. We don't have a problem with labor situation, folks. We just got a lazy generation. This generation is all different. It's all changed. That's all. Blame this, blame that, blame whatever you want, but I don't know. It's just crazy. I just want to say, folks, that I want to thank you all for watching the show today. I want to thank Tina St. Angelo running into play The Sound of Music in Naperville, running this this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you guys want tickets, I can give away 2 free tickets. Please private message me if you're interested. Why do rednecks have sex? Okay, Richard Hammond says, why do rednecks have sex doggy style? So they can both watch NASCAR. Oh, that's a good one. Folks, I didn't go to an actual NASCAR, but I went something, one of those drag racings in Wisconsin. And I'm going to tell you, folks, it's big out there. It's big. But I tell you, some of the people in that audience, like half of them were all like dressed up nice, and it was like a normal family. And then you see the other half with no teeth, and it's like, it was a little crazy. I didn't stay there that long. Oh, Marty, let's get out of here. But Uncle Ange was awesome. Nick takes after him. Well, Kathy, like I said, you can't find a better guy like St. Nicholas. You really can't. I love Nick Hodges and Phyllis, a sweetheart. He's just a great guy. So I wish I got to meet his dad. His dad's up in heaven with mine. My dad died when he was 58 years old. So losing someone's father is just crazy. All right, folks, we got to go. But don't forget, tomorrow it's just me. And we got great guests coming up on Wednesday and Friday. Of course, Laura will be my guest, my co-host on Thursday. Wednesday will be at Rosario's, folks. Don't forget, Friday, Chicago Prime. Saturday, Taverna on Division outside, voted the #1 patio in the city of Chicago. And don't forget, Taylor Street Fest will be there Friday, August 12th, the main stage with the main event band. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot more good stuff happening, folks. Again, thank you so much for watching the show today. And please go out and support local establishments and live entertainment. Let's thank, last but not least, from our sponsors, of course, how about Portillo's fundraisers. Our son Joey just got back from Texas doing business with Portillo's. He's in charge of the marketing, one of the guys in charge of the marketing department. So if you're looking for a nonprofit organization looking to raise money for your organization, reach out to Portillo's. Talk to our son Joe Fank at jfankportillos.com, or give him a call at 224-636-3646. He can help you with that. And last but not least, Patriot Funding Incorporated, when timing is everything. Commercial money lending at its finest. Dave Antonelli, Patriot Funding Incorporated out of Roselle, Illinois, 630-675-4730. I'm going swimming, folks. Anyway, I wish you the best. Have a great day today, folks. Please go out and continue supporting local establishments, live entertainment, buy local, shop local, and the great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. God bless you, everybody. And remember John Lennon, Imagine. God bless. Have a great day, folks.